Hello, I'm Brandon Brylinsky, Manager of IT Accessibility Services for Cornell University. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm excited to share a few thoughts with you regarding web accessibility. First off, I just want to emphasize that it's always been important to think about digital accessibility, at least since the inception of the internet. But during this period of disruption due to COVID-19, it's even more important. I think it's fair to say we're all facing unique challenges due to remote working and online learning. But for those with disabilities, whether disclosed or not, this can be an especially trying time. We all heavily rely on technology right now to do our jobs, stay connected to family and friends, and even order groceries. But if digital accessibility is not prioritized, some individuals, someone who is blind, someone on the autism spectrum, someone with motor impairments, just to name a few examples, may face significant barriers to complete even simple tasks on the web. The next point I'd like to make is that accessibility is essential for some, but ultimately benefits everyone. In terms of academic instruction, more inclusive teaching leads to better outcomes for a wide range of learning styles. Likewise, when we create more accessible web content, it ultimately makes it available to a wider range of users. A good example of this are captions on video. While they are essential for those who are deaf or have a hearing impairment, they are also extremely helpful if you need to watch the video in a quiet setting, for instance, or for non-native English speakers, which we have quite a few at Cornell. I'd also like to point out that making something accessible from the beginning, when it's first being created, usually saves extra time and work later on. Whether it's a PDF document, a web page, or an app, the process of remediation or fixing the accessibility issues can be tedious and expensive. So why not get it right the first time around? Remember the expression, measure twice, cut once? It's not just true with carpentry, it's also true with web design or document creation. It also means that individuals with disabilities don't have to jump through extra hoops or waste hours of their time to seek out additional assistance. Finally, I just want to reassure you that we're all on this accessibility journey together. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot to learn in this space. But if we take it one step at a time, it doesn't have to be that intimidating. We all have a role to play when it comes to creating a more inclusive Cornell. And the more we prioritize this work together, the easier it becomes for everyone. If you're relatively new to accessibility, I'd recommend checking out the university's home for all things accessibility, accessibility.cornell.edu. There are resources and links available covering physical accessibility on campus and for campus events, IT accessibility, and disability inclusion. If you're a faculty member or do work to support faculty, I'd recommend checking out the resources posted on the Center for Teaching Innovation's website. There's a lot of material posted on the CTI website to help support you incorporate inclusivity and accessibility throughout your teaching. And last but not least, I would also recommend checking out the organization Web Accessibility in Mind, or WebAIM for short. There are a variety of articles and resources on web accessibility that I feel are very approachable and well written. It's a great place to start if you're learning about IT accessibility for the first time. I refer back to their site on a regular basis, in fact. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a final thought inspired by Cornell's motto, perhaps one of the best mottos in higher education. Ezra Cornell once wrote that he would found an institution where any person can find instruction in any study. Any person, any study. That's such a great mission, right? And time after time, I'm inspired by the many Cornell colleagues who genuinely seek to live out these ideals. I truly believe that if we were going to fulfill that promise of inclusive education in this digital age, we have to prioritize web accessibility. So thank you for making that possible. And thank you for helping to make Cornell a more inclusive and accessible space for all.